We're back. It's another reaction. And look at the smile on my face. Arsenal, just keep doing what you're doing. We're loving life right now. Yes, people. Yes, people. It's back. It's the Armory TV. Arsenal 2, Leicester 0. It feels good. Another comfortable victory. Impressive stuff from the Arsenal today. We've got two great hosts on the stream today. Big Stef, how you keeping?
I'm good, bro.
Yeah,
Nice to be back under the circumstances. But yeah, man,
yeah.
let's go.
I hear that. And James, how you keeping, bruv? You all right?
Yeah,
You're on
man,
mute, by the
I'm
way. There
good.
you go.
I'm good. Nah, I'm
Yeah,
chilling. That was a pretty comfortable game. Some patchy parts, but we were really good. I felt like so it was nice.
definitely. So let's get straight into it. Obviously, Leicester visiting the Emirates. We obviously beat them 2-0 away from home earlier in the season. They've just picked up a bit of form. They had won the last four on the bounce. Can't remember who they're playing against, but they were beating teams. Um, and yeah, came to the Emirates and just like most teams this year, come unstuck. Like really impressive performance. So, Steph, was you kind of shocked how easy it was for us to win that game today?
I wasn't. I said from the in one of my other groups I'm in, I said from the start that it depended on how we started. Like we needed to be on it from minute one. If we was on it from minute one, I called a 2-0 victory.
Mm,
Um, so we couldn't have this lackluster where people were just making mistakes or like misplaced passes and whatnot. We couldn't have that. We just needed to be on them.
mm,
And yeah, like had we done that, I feel like most teams, bar the elite, will struggle with this in terms of how we play, how we transition, and how we conduct ourselves as a unit. We're very organized and very regimented. Not so much in how we're not regimented in how we play, but we're regimented in terms of like we all fall back into line once a certain play happens. Like everyone knows what they need to be doing.
mm.
I mean, it seems like there's
Yeah,
order in there. It feels like there's very much order and understanding of everyone's actual role and where they need to be, depending on where the ball is or certain plays of the games going out. So yeah,
mm.
man, I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it
Definitely,
thoroughly.
definitely. How about yourself, James? Yeah, what was your thoughts on the performance? Was you expecting? Not say it was an easy game, but we controlled relatively most of that game. I think apart from 15 minutes at the end of the first half,
Mm.
yeah, Leicester didn't really trouble us.
No, I think first 20 minutes we were good. We were all over them. What we've come to like understand this new Arsenal is like pinning them into their final third. We had a lot of the ball, scored early as well. Good free kick, and I've been really impressed with how we've looked from set pieces from our new set piece coach, which we stole from City in the summer. We've been really solid offensively and defensively as well. I think it was like a 117, 118 like corners we've conceded, and we haven't conceded from it
That one in, yeah.
in this season, right? So massive improvement, like small, minute details, but they're adding up. Then they grew back in the game. To be honest, they had the header from Harvey Barnes, which
That wasn't really a great, like when you watch it back. It was
a
more to
good
me.
chance. It was clear cut. There was a clear cut.
Simon,
Yeah. It was. I'm not praising Leonard, like Ramsdale, everyone's like overhyping the save. Like it's a save he should have made. Like it was a solid save, but it's not like the free kick that he saved against Madison, the previous fixture. Like we expect him to make those saves. So that was like the only real chance they had. And then we were a lot better second half. Like I was not. They genuinely did nothing the whole 45 minutes. So it was pretty conventional performance, and it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in agreement with both of you. I think, that little 15-minute spell they had, they was controlling the ball a bit. But I think what Steph touched on earlier is we got two sides of how we defend, and it's very much we look to press and we're organised in it. We know when we want to go, but if it doesn't work out and the team beats it, we all get back behind the ball. I'm saying we like I'm on the pitch. All 11 players fall back behind the ball and sit in and look after it. And one thing I must say, which was quite impressive today, is when we were winning the ball back, even in defensive areas, we didn't panic. We just kept popping the ball, one touch, and we were just getting out every time. Like again, I'll go back to the Brighton game and the Palace game because they were the two games where I saw Arteta kind of losing his head with us playing a lot of long balls. And since then, we really settled down and actually tried to play more. But it was a big change. Like the composure the players were showing to give it, do you know what I mean? In pressure areas, to give it to Saka or Odegaard, but the one touch pass back in the middle, and then we was just out every time. And we looked like if we needed to, I think we was really in second gear most of that game. I don't think we came out of second. I think there was an eye on the next game once we got to 2-0. Because again, the goals was people would say it was two set pieces. Obviously, one resulted in a penalty. But I think in the game, if we needed to go and push on and score another, we easily could have. But I think we definitely really just managed it really well with an eye on Wednesday. So do you think, is it disappointment we didn't score more in a game which we totally controlled, or are you happy we just take the 2-0 and move on? Because at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points.
I predicted 2-0, but I'm happy to win and we control the game. And I feel that we actually did control the game for a mass majority of that game. So I'm all about performance. Not all about but performances lead to games and points. So I'm more like, I'll judge a performance. Like if everyone's putting, like you very rarely lose a game if everyone's putting a shift like a 7 or 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? So if everyone's doing what they need to be doing, I'm happy with that, because I know if you do that, results come from the end of it. So I was happy with it. Could have been a 1-0, 8, and I would have been as happy as I would have been if it was 5-0. So I'm glad Lacazette got on the score sheet though, man. I feel sorry for the dude, man. He's getting slated left, right, and centre because he's not scoring. Like he's wearing the number 9 shirt and he's not scoring. I'm like, like at the end of the day, if we're winning, what difference does it make if he's scoring 30 goals a season? Like there's teams that got strikers that scored 14, 15 goals, and they're low down the league. Do you know what I mean? So does it matter? Like, do you know what I mean? Like the game's changed, and I appreciate what Laka brings.
No, I hear that.
You know what I mean? So
definitely. It's a big relief to see him score. I was so nervous him taking that penalty, not just because it's him, but just in general. That time you're thinking, if you don't score this, it can have a massive effect on the team. But fair play to him. He stood up and took it well. Let's get into Partey today. He was, for me, in the running for man of the match. I'm not saying he got it, but he was definitely in there. And I think since the City game, that was when it just looked different. He turned up in that game and played out of his skin. And since then, he hasn't had a bad game. I think every game he's played since then, I would give him an 8. He's controlled the midfield. He's almost playing in there by himself, and it seems like it's working more for him rather than the double pivot. Especially when we're in possession, he sits in that hole. The amount of times he played forward, beat the lines of a pass into Odegaard or Xhaka, like everything went through him. James, what's your thoughts on Partey? Is he finally showing the level that we expected when we signed him? It's taken him a little while, but I'm starting to see the player there.
Yeah, I think he's been given more responsibility and he's stepping up. Like we've discussed on previous shows as well how Arsenal's setup is looking more and more like Man City's, not in personnel but in terms of system, playing with a false 9 and a lone 6 and 2 CMs that are pushing high. Partey's doing that well. He's covering a lot of ground. He's more comfortable with the ball, and that was the big thing for me. We all know he can win duels in the air, tackle well, but it was the sloppy passing and the not winning of the second balls that he wasn't doing. And I feel like now he's a lot more comfortable with the ball. Like the amount of times he's spanned someone and then just laid it off to Odegaard or Xhaka, or he's put a ball that we expect him to make, but he wasn't doing earlier on in the season, his interview where he came out and said, look, I've been a 4 out of 10 this season, right?
Yeah.
Since he's admitted that, he's transformed. Like he's just, he is becoming who we thought we were going to get 2 years ago when we signed him in the summer from Athletic. That's why they call him the octopus, right? Because he's everywhere. He does everything to a high level, right? I honestly think he can become what the best teams in the Premier League have as well. Like, so you see how like Liverpool has Fabinho, City has Rodri, right? The lone pivot that is just comfortable on the ball, breaks down play, and can pass and outlay, right? He has everything to be as good as those two, I think. And if he continues in this vein of form, then we're going to look very good for the rest of the season and going into next season as well.
Yeah, for me, Partey, I said it. I think I said it last week before. To me, he's our best player in terms of stature. Do you know what I mean? The way he plays, just everything about him. Like, you're not saying he's had his best season or he's been the best player this season, but I think if you was to say who is our one world-class player, him on his day, I would say it's him. And he's starting to really live up to that. And I think what you're saying is right. That interview he came out with and said, I've played a 4. That seems to be the turning point for him because it was the next game of City and he just looked like a different player. And long may it continue. He scored today and hit the kind of bar post with that effort. Like he's getting closer with his feet. Like, and again, I think with the confidence that everybody's up, his is improving as well. And I think it's just, you can see them, they're just thriving at the moment. So Steph, any thoughts on big Thomas Partey?
Yeah, like I was a massive advocate for the dude, and I'm not gonna lie, over his tenure at Arsenal so far, he's caused me to be bants on many levels. I've always wanted him to do well, but I feel like what I was saying was, what annoyed me more about Partey was the basic fundamentals of the game, for me, doesn't change depending on your league. So every footballer has the basic fundamentals of the game. And for me, I found Partey, when he moved over here, yes, maybe not being able to keep up with the pace of the game, but I feel the basics, he wasn't portraying what he should be for a world-class player for the reasons why we bought him. And yeah, I felt I was disappointed because he wasn't. Yes, I get that players need to adapt, but he wasn't. But it's not about the adaptation of the game.
It was a lot of sloppiness, wasn't it? It was like sloppy passes and sloppy touches, getting robbed in areas. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was what was frustrating me more than him not keeping up with the pace of the game. But yeah, like, and I don't get me wrong, I'm still happy about Partey. And I feel like he's growing, but I feel that because he was so subpar, I feel that this level that he's giving us now, I think people tend to be getting, they're rating it a lot higher than what level he's actually giving because of the level that he was actually submitting, if that makes sense. So I will still say he's playing within himself until I see him dominating everyone else. Like this, I want to see. This is what I want to see against Liverpool, not Leicester City that are more or less down and out, and you don't know what you're getting from them. I don't want to see this against like Burnley. Is like, who did we play the other day? And he gave us like, the first half was a joke. Who was it? Was it what? No, it wasn't Watford. Who was it?
Who we played recently? We played Watford. Who have we played recently? My head's gone blank.
Yeah, but we played someone, and the first 45 minutes was an absolute joke.
Was it Wolves?
And it's when Gabriel gave the goal away. That game.
Wolves? No, it wasn't Wolves, was it? Wolves. Yeah, it was Wolves. It was Wolves.
Yeah, Gabriel had a
yeah. Like that was such a game where he's given us so many errors that were unforced. And I need to see this level of performance that he gave today against the Liverpools, against the Man City. But I understand it's going to be harder because the level of quality that they have all around the team, it's harder to get one man to step up and get that win when they've got like 5 or 6 world class players against the 1 or the 2 or 3 that we have. So I'm not going to pin it all on him like he failed, but I just want to see this level of performance, or I just want to see the level of involvement where he's still taking nice, regardless of who's in and around him, that he's still comfortable on the ball and he can still find the right path. But I feel that like the 2 in front, what's his name, Odegaard and Xhaka. I think like I get it. Like
it's looking better. It's looking better, isn't it? It's like I said, it's like a 4-3-3 when we're attacking, and a 4-2-3 when we defend.
Why do we take so like Xhaka had been playing like this for Switzerland? Why do we take so long to put him in a position that he thrives off internationally?
I still, the thing is with Xhaka, he's playing better. I still think we need an upgrade on him.
100%.
Because you can see in them areas, he's not as comfortable in that attacking third. Imagine you've got someone now who's going to contribute a few more goals than he will. But again, I can't fault his performances at the moment. Like he's been performing. We looked a lot better. Even driving with the ball today, he let the shot off, and I was like, right idea to do it. Like, it was a tidy performance from the 3 of them. But we're gonna get to some comments quickly and we'll move on. Big Dogs is in the building. I like the new icon of Arteta with a bald head. Good game. We have every right to be confident for Wednesday after that. Odegaard and Partey were orgasmic today. Come on, the Gooners. Princess of Maine, bring on Wednesday. No one likes it when we win. Group chats are funny. It's a funny place when Arsenal win. I think everyone was waiting for us to lose this game, and we stepped up again. Wait for TalkSport to start mugging us off. It's a lot of agendas against Arsenal's, but Partey moving like Atletico Partey, him, Saka, Esa have definitely improved the most this season. That whole little combination of it is working wonders with each other, I think. Candace is in the building. Evening, lads. He's saying Partey was a monster today. Obviously, Candace was at the game, so I know you enjoyed it. Hopefully, you got a vlog.
Okay.
But Partey was good. Partey was Brendan's man of the match. Same again, please, on Wednesday. And Candace reminded us he was a monster against City. Tielemans, was you shocked not to see Tielemans today?
He wasn't playing.
Yeah, he was on the bench, wasn't he? That was a real shock to me. I wonder if that's the way to keep him out of Arsenal's radar. I'm not too sure, but he didn't play, which was a bit of a shock. And indeed, he was on the bench as well. But obviously, they've won the last 4 games, so he was going with the form team in terms of what he thinks is best. But that definitely helped us, I think. Let's move on to this one. Canners is saying Odegaard was different. Go on.
No, I was about to say when did Arteta get a bald head? But then I know they're mocking it because it was the pep, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what? I was like, yo, that looks odd.
That picture there. Imagine mad shaped head. Let's get quickly. Kenneth is saying Tielemans looked super pissed off. Let's go see how that unwinds. But again, if he's made it clear he doesn't want to sign a contract, Drewsbury Hall's been playing pretty well. So I think Tielemans is probably going to start getting less minutes as time goes on, which means it probably will be an exit in the summer for him. Do we go for him? Who knows? But this is the one we want to get to. Odegaard was different gravy today. By far my man of the match today. For me, he was above. And at some times I feel his brain is functioning quicker than everybody else's on the pitch. Like he was doing certain things that you could see the rest of the team wasn't kind of reading what he was doing straight away, but he was unbelievable today. And again, just ball retention in difficult areas. He was just looking after it. You're thinking move it, but he's so comfortable. Just come out the other way, play forward. Defensively, he gets stuck in. Like his pressing's unbelievable. James, tell us what's your thoughts on Odegaard today. Was he your man of the match? And again, what impressed you with him?
He was my man of the match. I really like him, and I was wrong that I wanted Maddison above Odegaard in the summer. He's proved me wrong massively. I wanted Maddison before I wanted Odegaard. That I think the majority of Arsenal fans did as well, but he's proved me majorly wrong. I'm so glad we bought him for 30 million. Maddison on the summer was the better player. But
you still think like Odegaard's the better buy if we got Maddison based on what Maddison did this season as well.
Odegaard right now is the better buy compared to Maddison. Light years. light years ahead of Maddison. Yeah, fully.
But
For this
Madison's
team,
got more goals and assists though.
yeah, and it doesn't matter. I'm not basing it off of just goals and assists and metrics. I'm basing it off of what he does for the team. I think Odegaard for our team, you can, if you want a goal scorer midfielder, fine. We have that in Smith Rowe, right? You're gonna be very hard pressed to find a midfielder like Odegaard and what he offers this Arsenal team. Maybe if we had a different setup, Maddison would have been better. I just feel like for this Arsenal team, Odegaard is much better than Maddison.
Yeah, I hear that.
Maybe not as players, but just for this group. Anyway, I haven't seen an Arsenal player this press resistance in a sense since Santi Cazorla. I've been wanting a player that is just good with both feet, is press resistant, and can just move with the ball. It's been so long since we've had a player like that, and it's so nice to have someone like that back in the team. And yeah, vision-wise, he was making passes that I couldn't even see, and I was watching.
There's one no-look pass where he was going to shoot from 30 yards, and he just wrapped it round the corner for Saka.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was purring.
But yeah, no, fully, we robbed Madrid. Robbed 30 million and no buyback clause. Thank you very much. It's nice because we saw shades of it when we was on loan, especially that West Ham game. We were like, okay, look, this player could be something special, and we wanted him to be consistent, and he did it in drips and drabs, obviously, because it was only a 6-month loan. But now he's just been consistent. He's just been unbelievable, and everything this team does goes through him. It's just beautiful to see. And the fact that he's only 23 as well, very, 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 very exciting times ahead.
Yeah, and like you're saying, everything's going through him. And I get what you're saying, Steph, about the goals and assists. I think he will probably want to contribute more, but equally, he's the pass before the assist a lot of the time. He's the one that releases things. And I was watching Maddison come deep quite a bit, trying to get things started for Leicester, and he was doing well, but he just couldn't kickstart it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I think, now don't get twisted, if you told me I could get Maddison and he could play that Xhaka role, biting your hand off, because he will do the finishing part, let Odegaard create, and he will then tuck. So I definitely feel he's still a great player, Maddison. There's no doubt about it. However, I do agree with James. I think when maybe we got Odegaard, I think we were trying to fit him into a system which wasn't really clicking at that time. And now I think we've kind of built the system around him, and it's kind of just worked out in our favour that Lacazette's happy to come a bit deeper. So some of the balls that Ramsdale's wrapping into Lacazette, that really should be your number 10 sitting in there. Whereas Lacazette saying, I'll do that and I'll give it to you somewhere else, and now you're playing on the front foot. So I think it's all just kind of clicking nicely together. And maybe it was not by design, maybe it was just by chance that it just starts to start working with these players in the team. But yeah, I definitely think Odegaard is the main man. I think he's the first name on the team sheet, really, and honestly, at the moment, he's just playing, and you can see the confidence is just flowing through them, like the little back heels, the flicks, the 1-2s, like when we're keeping the ball and they thought they actually got hold of Lacazette, they go and boop, 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 quick triangles and got to the other end. Like, yeah, it's nice. I haven't seen this kind of Arsenal since Wenger days. Like, this is Wenger ball to me. I haven't seen this. The one-touch passing was unbelievable. So, yeah, Odegaard for me, yeah, he was flowing today again, and it's been consistent now for a few games, hasn't it? With him, it's not just we're playing a weaker team or we're playing Leeds who are expansive and it gives them a lot of space. Like, it doesn't matter who we're playing against.
I also like when we defended, but a lot of the time we defended in a 4-4-2, and he's up the top with Lacazette as well, pressing. So it's a very attack-minded press that it served us pretty well. I'm sure you'll go down in the breakdown, but it's nice to see a Cam with that ability to be on the front foot, like predominantly always by the halfway line, which is good.
Yeah. And as you said, 30, 35 mil, whatever it was, that's a steal at the end of the day. Like what we're seeing from him, his ceiling's very high. Big Dogs has said Odegaard was a bit meh in the first few months of his permanent Arsenal career, and I would agree with that. But now he's probably been our best player since January, perhaps alongside Saka and Partey. Anyone else hopes Schmeichel always moaning and saying Laka cheated on a pen, most overrated goalkeeper in the Prem. Wouldn't go as far as saying most overrated, but yeah, he was whinging his head off, weren't he? He was doing my nutting, he was. So, yeah, that's him. And we've got one more comment here. I think he had a bit of a tough game today, and I don't think it was all his fault, but a lot of, I think, Leicester's attacks came there, left, down, our right with Cedric. But I think going forward again, just his energy, just to keep getting up and down the pitch, like he's again, he's talking what we paid what 5 mil for the loan and then on a free transfer. Another player is showing good value for money. If we upgrade on him in the summer, who knows? But again, if we don't, I think he's done enough these last few games. We haven't really missed Tomiyasu, I don't think. Like, yes, we have, but not. It hasn't cost us. I think that's the best way of
Yeah,
saying it, hasn't it? It hasn't cost us anything. Tomiyasu being injured. So yeah, Steph, what's your thoughts on Cedric at the moment?
Cedric.
You,
Yeah, I've been saying like I'm a fan of. People saying, oh yeah, we need to upgrade or get rid of Cedric and upgrade and whatnot. But I'm saying that for how the team is, I'm comfortable with him. But I get that the notion of, but if we get to the Champions League and we're playing like 3 or 4 games a week, well, 2 or 3 games a week, will he have the legs to sustain it? That's the question. Does he have the quality to play in the Champions League? That's where I understand maybe we would need to get in better right back, and then Tomiyasu would probably be the Cedric of the two, and we get like a younger model that can rival Tomiyasu for the right back spot. But yeah, I like Cedric, but when they gave me them, when they broke it down and said that the quality of the players that we're going to come up against next season, if we make top 4, that is going to be a massive jump for him, especially at the age that he is, because he is an aging right back as well.
we say that he's had a good career for international level. Like, I know he's going to come from Southampton, but you're thinking this guy won the Euros with Portugal. Like, he's played at the highest level. And I think, yeah, I don't know. I think he's one of them for me. You keep him. I still would probably get a right back to take his place. So again, he becomes third, but equally he can play on the left side. So now if you are playing 3 games a week, Tomiyasu's out injured, he's your backup. So now you're not just burning out your other right back, or do you know what I mean? So he almost becomes the El Nene of the team, where he's just there just in case. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how he's got on his contract, but if you try and sell him, you're not making millions off him. Do you know what I mean? So he's probably a good utility man to have in there.
He has to be happy with that role, though. Like, is he happy?
Yeah. He's come from Southampton. He's getting on in his career. Do you know what I mean? He's at a good club. If he gets Champions League football, like, he should be happy. But just quickly, we're going to run through some player ratings. I know James has got to shoot and I've got to go in a second, but literally very, very quickly, we're going to run through the player ratings. I'm going to give each person one name. Just give me a score between 1 and 10, and we're going to move it real fast. So, Steph, we're going to start with you. You've got Ramsdale, because I don't want James giving this man no low rating.
I'll go 7.
Yeah, I like that. So Cedric for James.
I'll give him 7. He had a bit of a torrid time, but offensively he did enough.
I'll go Ben White. I'm going to go 8. I think he was really good today. A lot less mistakes from the 2 centre backs this week, and that one tackle on Maddison. Do you know what I mean? That 0-0, that was 1-0 up. That was a massive tackle he made in the box. So yeah, he getting 8.
I thought that was a lucky tackle, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. But yeah, he I think he might have gone for the block and saw it and just stuck his toe out. But I'm taking it all day. Yeah. All day, I'll take it. You get Gabriel, Steph.
Gabriel. What did you give?
I gave White an 8.
8.
Yeah.
So I would have given. Okay, yeah, I'll give Gabriel an 8 as well. I think.
Yeah,
I think he was better out of the 2, though.
Yeah. I agree. Tierney, James.
I'll give him 7.5. Nothing really seemed to come down that side, so he was solid today.
Yeah, reacted well.
He seems a shadow of himself, doesn't he?
Yeah, he seems a bit off the boil the past few games, but hopefully he can pick it back up. But today he played okay.
I just think his role's changed a bit. It's overly reliant on him no more, and he did make a couple of good runs forward, but he was switched on. That one ball that dropped between like 2 players, and he managed to get there first. I can't compare 7.5 fair.
Is that the one when it came to like
fair for him? Yeah, and he just read it and got in front. So I'll go Partey. I'll give Partey a 9 today. I think he was exceptional. Scored a goal as well, but just everything goes through him. So yeah, Partey gets a 9 from me. Shaka Steph, I know that's one of your boys.
I'd probably give him a 7. That handball that he did, he's always got one blunder in him, isn't he?
I forgot about that.
Like,
I
why
forgot about
every
that.
game you got to do something dramatic? But
Yeah,
I give him a 7.
That had me laughing, man. That had me laughing. So Jay's the other guy on that side. We go Odegaard.
9. Man of the match for me. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'll take Saka. I don't think it was his best of games. I'll give a 7. It wasn't bad, but yeah, just touch wasn't there sometimes. Like everything was just nearly moments with him, wasn't it? For me, so I'll give him a 7. Martinelli on the other side, Steph.
I'll give him I think I'll give him a 7.5. Yeah.
With you, Lacazette, James.
I give him an 8 because he got the goal. He needed it as well, and he's been doing okay, getting a lot of assists recently. So he's been doing pretty well. So I thought he did okay today.
Yeah, decent. Subs weren't really on for long, so I think we just give them a 6 across the board.
Yeah.
None of them was really on for too long. But let's go Arteta. What we giving Arteta? Everyone can score this one. Steph, you can go first.
I'd probably have to say a 9, you know. Yeah, I think for how he's got us playing against Leicester City at home and just to dismantle them the way we did, like he got them demoralized. He got Leicester like demoralized a little bit. How he just, especially when the crowd was ole. Like he's got that. He's adding that pep, like tormenting plays, like thinking they can nick the ball, and then like just making it hard work for them to get the ball back. So yeah, I think this game I'll give him a 9.
Yeah, James, what about you for Arteta?
I give him an 8.5. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh. We got the win and we got a clean sheet, but it's not been as dominant as we have done in other performances. So he did well. I just felt like we could have controlled the game a little bit better, but we did good overall.
Harsh. You are harsh, but yeah.
I just want to. I want us to be the best, right? I don't know. I'm very critical. It's like when you know how I am with Pepe, right? When he's crap, I'll tell you he's crap. When he's good, I'll say he's good. I'm trying to focus on. I don't want to get. We're all like, oh, we're top 4 favorites, we're doing this, we're doing that, and I don't want to. We've been in this position before. We're like, yeah, we're going to get this, we're going to do that when it's looked on the up, and I'd much rather be critical than too optimistic. So I don't think an 8.5 is too harsh either.
No, it's because like normally if you think 6 months ago giving Arteta an 8.5, you never would have thought it, would you? But I think I would go a 9 just because it's Leicester on the back of 4 wins, a clean sheet. That's 2 games against them, scored 4, conceded 0. I would never. Do you know what I mean? If you told me to start the season, we'd take 6 points off Leicester, I'd be like, never, not in a million years. Like, so. And yeah, apart from that 15 minutes, though, I think it's just one of them games going to Leicester. I never have any real confidence. It's one of them teams that are just like bogey team. Obviously, no Vardy does help, but yeah, it's nice to see. And actually, we're playing really good football at the moment. Like I'm watching it with my son. He's smiling today, and he's like, "Boy, I actually enjoy watching Arsenal at the moment." Like he missed. It was he's 15 this year, so he didn't see the glory days. So yeah, so for him to sit there and say that and watching Arsenal comfortably, like it's a big turnaround, and we will get into Arteta at the end of the season. But actually, I think big credit to what they've done. Like this Arsenal feels different to me. It feels different. Will there be bumps? Yes, but on a whole, this feels different at the moment. So I'm happy with him. So yeah, I'm going to go at 9 as well. Referee, I think, was outstanding today. I'm going to give a special mention to the ref because I normally don't talk about him, but I think he was really good. Like, didn't give out silly cards for no reasons. Like, there was a couple of little niggly tackles which are probably deemed yellow card offences, but he just refereed it, managed it well. No one really got anything silly. Yeah, I thought you'd done really well and got the correct decision with VAR. Do you lot all agree it was a penalty?
Yeah,
it was. I think is it clear and obvious though? That's the only thing why I didn't get why he gave it, because it didn't
change the direction of the ball, and like it wasn't.
He didn't change it.
It moved the ball, but it wasn't gonna. We weren't gonna score from it anyway. But it's more. I feel like how outstretched his arm was more than anything. Like it was so far out like that. Like you know.
But yeah, I don't feel it's clear enough.
It wasn't in a natural position, was it? So,
but was it a clear enough error for the referee to overturn the actual decision? Though that's what I don't get.
The thing is, I don't like the clear and obvious thing because again, if he hasn't seen it, because where he was stood, actually, he just had some help from VAR. Do you know what I mean? I get the rules are clear and obvious mistakes, and this is why I said it needs to be a challenge. Sorry, James is out. But this is why I said the referee should be able to communicate and say, I didn't see it, help me. Because we've all seen by the replay, it's hit his hand. His hand was so far, it wasn't a natural position. Like the ball probably wasn't going to go in anyway, but at the same time, it's hit your hand and your hand shouldn't have been there. So I'll take it anyway. I'll take it anyway. I can get in, man. It's about time we had a bit of luck. So cool. On that note, we're going to wrap the stream up. But Steph, it's nice to have you on again.
Thank you, man.
As I said, Arsenal, keep doing what you're doing. Liverpool on Wednesday. Obviously, there's going to be a breakdown. There's going to be a match preview. There's gunslingers. There's some the lounge. We've got a lot of streams. There's going to be a review. There's a lot of streams coming. So, guys, make sure you keep tuning in. Appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you keep liking and subscribing. Tune into the guys that are doing the Twitter Spaces. I hear they're getting quite heated in there, and it's a good little bit of fun. Armory TV just keeps growing, and Arsenal and Arteta just keep grinding out these wins, man. We're loving it at the moment, boy. Love.
Sure.